Do you know why this channel is called More? It is called More because uh, I want to do more. I want to know more. Uh, right? I just want to be a better person. For me, I want to do better things for me. And I think we all should do better things for ourselves. Um, so yeah, that's why the channel is called More, because I want more. I want to know more, and I want to, be more for myself, right? Um, so yeah, good and evil. Um, um, make someone happy today, because we all deserve to be happy. Um, yes, it is good if you're happy, but um, I think it's something else when you make someone happy, right? Because we all deserve to be happy. Um, so good and evil, right? Um, so um, we are. Um, what happens is we are scared of the unknown, and we are scared of we are scared of what's good. We are scared of good, which tells us a lot about the society and the world that we live in today. Uh, uh, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of panic, and there's a lot of violence, uh, and it's also promoted. It's not like, you know what I mean. We are what, 8 billion people. We should definitely know like better, because we have the technology, and we are so involved that we can teach peace, and we can live in peace, yet we choose to we are not in a ooga ooga days. We're not in a Flintstones. This is 2023. Like, we can't, you know, um, you know, leave the guns. If you know what I mean, leave the guns and have a discussion. Pope Francis, uh, you know, um, said when the said on Twitter, or now X, about he was talking about, I think, the war, Russia, Ukraine, and he said that um dialogue, I guess, at least this is what I understood, right? Dialogue is the answer. So there is like a way of, there is a solution. There is like, peace is possible. We choose worse. We choose fight. We choose violence, and this is the world that we live in today, where unfortunately, uh, it's just, peace is not a solution. Peace is not a choice. Peace is not a choice, but we have like the possibility, I guess, to go on the peace road, on the road of peace, right? Like, you don't see me, but I'm waving the white flag right now. You don't see it; it's invisible, right? Because uh, you know, uh, probably if I was holding a real, like an actual white flag, it won't matter, because that's not what you know. I don't know, media and I guess the whole world, majority of the world wants. Uh, it's sad because there's like, on the news and stuff, like terror and stuff, and I don't know, like wars, and I think it's a war in Africa too. It's like wars everywhere, um, especially in yourself. But when you choose peace, is different. When you choose peace, is really different. And we have the power and we have the technology. It's not like we live in a, I don't know, man. It looks like, I don't know. It's like it's really yeah, it's really something. Um, and as I was saying, we are scared or afraid of what is good. We have become so sad as as people that we are scared of the good. Naturally, we as humans, in all the situations, I think, in every situation, uh, we are thinking about first what is the worst. Like we're thinking about the worst things. Um, like what is the worst that could happen? I already said that in another video. Like if you say, I don't know if I said it, but maybe I'll say it right now. Uh, if you think what is the best thing that can happen to me, once again, it's a big difference because now you're putting a good energy out there. It's different, right? Whereas, you know, I don't know. It's just like you would put like thinking that something bad might happen. It's like a case of paranoia to me, right? But this is who we are. But we can change how we think because it's a thought. Um, to think that something bad can happen, right, in every situation. Yeah, you know, it's a thought. You know, yeah. So we are scared, or we are afraid of good in general. We are afraid of good. I'm not saying all. I'm saying majority. Uh, Thinking about right now about God. God is good, but we are afraid, like in a sense that um, you know we don't choose good. We don't choose good, and God is good, right? That's what I'm thinking about. We are running from good sometimes, right? Um, I feel like we should run, like run, like run as fast as possible from people that tempt us to sin, because there are people that tempt you to sin. Also, you should run from sin fast, right? Rebuke the devil, right? Uh, Run away from people that show you bad things and show you sin. You know, uh, and you know, if you live in a world, if in your where you're whatever wherever, like you're living right now in your city, in your village, I don't know, you're surrounded by bad people. Um, People that tempted you sin. Um, don't choose them as your friends. Don't choose them as part of your life. Disassociate, I guess, like distance yourself from them. It's like if you know you have a choice, right? It's like uh you have a choice, like yeah, um if these are the people in your life at your job, uh like these are your neighbors. These are like, I don't know, if people around you, like, right, like your neighbors are like tempting you to sin, if they're showing you bad things, if they tell you to, hey, do bad things, stay away from them. uh in this case, choose God, because God is your best friend. And Jimmy Darts said that once, and he's one of the great, he's one of the good creators on the internet, on the on the right, whatever it is, YouTube, right? uh, so we are afraid of good, and we are running, like, we are going like, um we're all sinners, right? I'm just gonna say that, right? I'm a sinner, and I've done bad things too, but a world where I do a bad over and over again, where I do evil, where I do sin over and over again, is a world that I don't want to live in. It's about what type of world you want to live in, and you can like, you can build that world. You can live in the world that you want to live in, right? There is a choice. So um, we are doing terrible things on the planet. We as people, we are doing terrible things on the planet. We sin. um I guess I feel like we are choosing false gods. We are choosing um, gold gods and silver gods, and we are worshiping like idols and gods. They're not God. They're not, God. Um, you know, what I'm saying, it is um is in the Bible, right? It talks about it. It talks about false gods, and not to follow them in the Bible, um, right? And it's actually, speaking about Bible. There's this. I think it's from the Bible, right? Galatians 1:10, where it says, "For am I now trusting? For am I now? What is it? Uh, For am I now asking the approval of people or of God? If I'm not, if I'm asking for the approval of people, I am not a man of Christ," or something like that, right? God is your best friend. I don't know. This is my favorite verse from the Bible. I think if it is from the Bible, I haven't, like, I haven't read the Bible. I haven't, like, I'm not on Galatians, but what I've seen online, it seems like to me that it's a verse from the Bible. If it is, that's my favorite, and I haven't even read it. Like, I haven't even, like, I'm not there, right? That's my favorite verse, because we are asking for the approval of people. Like, what do people think? What would they think? Instead of asking if it's okay for ourselves, I don't know, whatever situation it is. Like, I don't know, it could be something as simple as buying shoes. Like, what people might think about my choices in life. What people might think about my these shoes. Like, people might hate it. I look crazy. If you think you look good, you look good. I'm not looking for, this isn't like, I don't know. It's like, I'm not looking for people's approval, right? Yeah, man. So we are running from, like, we are scared of good. We are scared of the good. We become so sad that we are scared of the good. Um, yeah. Um, we're doing terrible things. I have sinned. We are all sinners. We are doing terrible things, right? Um, also thinking about this thing, about being uh, like scared of the good, right? It's I would argue that doing good is very difficult. Doing evil, doing bad, right, is easy. Why? Because it doesn't require intelligence. It doesn't require brain. Whereas, you know, uh, doing good, like you actually think about doing good. You're actually putting some thought behind it. Like you're really thinking about it. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Like you're really thinking about doing something good. Uh, you know, the brains of your fists are different from uh, like your fist is different than your brain, right? Like when you hit, you don't really, I don't know, when you choosing violence, right? Uh, you don't really think. You're like an animal. You're like hitting whatever, right? But when you want to do something good, you think and you take a moment and you're like thinking and you're like, how should I, I want to do something good. I'm like, how do I do it? And I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that you think about doing something good. Uh, it doesn't take it doesn't take a lot of intelligence to think about bad, doing evil. Uh, you know, um, if you can do something good today, be a good influence to someone. There's a lot of things like some of the things that what I'm trying to say is, what do you see from adults? What you see adults doing, like sometimes, right? We're all sinners. Drinking and smoking, right? You have today the chance to be an influence to a younger person. You can change someone's life for the better, for good. Um, you can be a positive influence to someone today. You can, I don't know, to a kid, to the younger generation. You can change someone's life. Uh, just teaching them that, just teaching them good things, not bad, right? Um, I feel like myself as a kid, I've seen. This is the image of adults. This is what I have seen: adults smoking and adults drinking. To me, even though it's a sin, like sometimes, like how it feels, especially, I don't know. It's like it's a sin, but also it's uh I don't know, man. Uh you have the chance to make someone happy, and you know I guess it's a responsibility you know for us to just teach other people, uh you know I think it's a responsibility for us to just be a good influence, right? Unfortunately, in the world that we're living today in 2023, uh bad sells, evil sells. There are people that make a lot of money. I don't know the exact sum or the exact amount, or how much money, but they're making a lot of money from bad. Whoever is I don't know, the media, right? Uh, Bad sells. Look at, I don't know, just tell me uh, a movie that is very like popular and people talk a lot about it. Uh, you just tell me a movie that doesn't tell me a movie that doesn't even mention the word sex, right? Uh, you just you know, or they don't like swear, because it's cool to swear, but it is not cool to just talk about the Bible or being good or showing good because good doesn't sell. Uh, for instance, Samson, I think is the name is like of the movie. It's a beautiful movie, and I think it's some things that happen that are in the Bible, right? About this Hercules like person. I hope I'm pronouncing their name right, like Samson, like this. I think it's like